For more on the significance of the meeting between the Chinese mainland and the region of Taiwan, we're joined by Barber, who is the president of the Denver Hainan Corporation, which was formed to assist in the modernization of Chinese state-owned enterprises. Thank you for joining us tonight. Now, we had a story about the growing number of tourists that are coming from the Chinese mainland to Taiwan. Other than the tourism industry, which sectors do you think stand to benefit the most from closer ties between the two?
The high-tech sector should benefit quite a bit because Taiwan has, I would think, advanced technologies that would be beneficial to the Chinese, and they could do joint research. So high-tech would be a major industry that could get a boost, especially since Taiwanese have lost part of the U.S. market.
Right, and in terms of high tech, it's very crucial to the region of Taiwan, of course. And why has it been under some pressure right now? I mean, is it facing increasing competition from some of the big players like Apple and Google, et cetera?
Well, it's facing pressure, but also the global downturn has limited markets, and you have such growing markets in China that there could be a big need for those products in China, especially with more friendly relations between the two.
Okay, well, there's a follow-up to the agreement, to the Economic Cooperation Framework Agreement that was signed in 2010 that lifts trade barriers in the services sector, but it's being held up right now in the region of Taiwan. Why is that?
The Taiwanese are saying that it could be a detriment because they're going to lose jobs. But the losing jobs is always an issue on globalization. It's been quite common in the United States. So, that's more of a political than an economic issue. Also, you have politicians who play to their base or have to satisfy their base. So that's another issue with the political piece. But from a business to business, there's quite good potential for the two to really start cooperating closely. They've been cooperating for years.
So do you believe that the business interest will override some of the political concerns and we might see actually an agreement made on that front?
I think so, because business tends to override, and my experience with business in China, everybody's focused on economic development, so economic development is crucial. And I would suspect that it's very similar in Taiwan.
Now, talk to me about the timing of this meeting. How much of this has to do with the election of the Taiwanese leader, Ma, who came in power in 2008? He's regarded as being more favorable to the Chinese mainland. Is he a big reason why this is happening right now?
I think he's a big reason, and Xi Jinping is also a big reason. I think you have different thought processes within the leadership now, and they want to start moving towards getting this issue resolved. I mean, it's been there since '49, so it'd be nice to get it complete, get it resolved, get the issues resolved, so that there could be more cooperation between the two economies of China and Taiwan.
But Ma has got about 2 more years in office. His approval ratings, though, are down right now. So there's a possibility that the opposition could win the next election. If that happens, what could that mean for the relations between the Chinese mainland and the region of Taiwan? And is there a sense from the Chinese government that they want to get something solidified now that he is in power?
The Chinese have wanted to get something solidified for quite some time. If you look at the history, the recent history, and yes, getting something done now and getting a solution somewhat institutionalized so future administrations will not change it that much, that could be a factor.
And in terms of expectations, the expectations are not running high that we'll see any concrete decisions being made, but what is the hope that these talks will lead to?
The hope is that it'll bring the two economies much closer together, much more cooperation between the two, which I know China's wanted to achieve this for quite some time. So it would benefit everyone, and I think it would benefit the global economy if you get the two working together.
All right, Alan, thank you so much for joining. That was Alan Barber of the Denver Hainan Corporation joining us from Denver.